Welcome everyone to today's live stream. And today's show, we'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis and quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. By law, only Bitcoin is allowed to be held as a strategic reserve in El Salvador. All altcoins like fiat money are backed by violence and scams. Bitcoin is backed by peace. Also breaking news, MicroStrategy may owe taxes on $19 billion worth of unrealized Bitcoin gains, according to this report. And quoting Michael Saylor, soon every billionaire will buy $1 billion of Bitcoin, and the supply shock will be so great that we will stop measuring Bitcoin in terms of fiat. We'll also be discussing Semler Scientific to raise $75 million to fund Bitcoin buys as paper gains near $30 million. Also, Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht, who is now a free man, thanks Trump for the full pardon, a very touching video he shared. We'll also be discussing SAB 121 rescinded, what it means for the crypto custody and regulation moving forward in 2025. Also the breaking news, Trump's executive order, a game changer for institutional crypto adoption. We'll be discussing Trump signing the executive order to evaluate the strategic Bitcoin reserve and also ban CBDC, central bank digital currencies, while also boosting the stablecoins. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. So if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes and then go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, including Fridays, just like this. Today is pod episode January 24, 2025. Again, this is episode 1885. We have a lot to share, so let's just dive right in, shall we? You should be able to see my screen right here. I have Coin 360 pulled up. You can see the bulk of the market pumping back in the green. Bitcoin did tap 106 today, currently sitting above 105.7. We have Ether up 5% on the day, hovering just under 3,400. HBAR, Solana, all the major cryptos pumping and in the green. Checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap is $3.63 trillion. The total Bitcoin market cap just shy of $2.1 trillion. We have a roughly 166 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance is at 57.7%. Ether dominance at 11.2%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got Lido Dow leading the pack, up 18%, followed by KCS and Jupiter. Let me know which alts, if any, you're bullish on for the bull. Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective of the market on the day. Bulk of the market in the green, safe to say 90 to 95% green over red. And zooming out on the monthly, I'd say 70% red, Rec City, 30% green for the past 30 days. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Today we're 75, greed. Yesterday, 75. Last week, 75. That's, wow, triple 75. Interesting. And last month, 73 in greed. Ultimately, how this works, the higher this number goes in extreme greed, the more likely of a pullback. And checking out the time chain calendar. You can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 947 sats. And we're currently on block number 880,657. So there you have it, crypto bros. Bitcoin technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. Headline here reads, crypto confused on Trump's stockpile as Bitcoin price rejects 106, which we touched here this morning. I'll be pulling up the live charts here shortly. Here you're looking at a 1 hour chart. Bitcoin circled 105, Jan 24th, as utterly confused crypto markets failed to rally on news of a potential U.S. buying spree. That's right. Trading View showed whipsaw Bitcoin price behavior accompanying a new executive order by Trump the day prior. Amongst other goals, this intends to evaluate the potential creation and maintenance of a national digital asset stockpile and proper criteria for establishing such a stockpile. So baby steps, right? The Trump administration further rescinded controversial legislation from the SEC, SAB 121, which we'll dive into greater detail later on the stream, something that pro-Bitcoin Senator Cynthia Lummis calls disastrous for the banking industry. And ultimately what it means is the banks can now custody Bitcoin. So Bitcoin back loans come into a bank near you. So yeah, SAB 121 removed the ability for the U.S. banks to custody the crypto. So all that has changed. Lummis wrote, I am thrilled to see it repealed and get the SEC back on track to fulfilling its intended mission. Can I get an amen? And speaking of the SEC, everyone show the new chairman, Nipsey, some love. He's working harder than Gensler's worked on his best day right now. And far from celebrating, crypto markets themselves failed to find upwards momentum. Bitcoin remained within the local range, even avoiding a retest of all-time highs. As traders digested the events, altcoins stayed flat, even as the executive order seemingly left the door open to their inclusion in the stockpile. Quoting Scott Melker, the market seems utterly confused at the moment. Those hoping for Bitcoin to take the lead in the U.S., crypto policy appeared to all but entirely lose hope. Meanwhile, prediction service Polymarket, the odds of Trump creating a form of a Bitcoin reserve during his first 100 days in the office dropped. It was like 60% close to the other day. And after, I guess, the executive orders in which he did sign, it's now down to 21%. Let me know if you feel there's still a possibility within the first 100 days. Let me know, and I'll read those comments out loud a little shortly. Meanwhile, VJ wrote, it is really hard to emphasize how huge a sea change we are witnessing. We went from the worst conceivable anti-Bitcoin, anti-innovation, anti-growth, anti-business administration to the most friendly Bitcoin administration you could hope for. This is 100% not priced in. Preach. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, by law, only Bitcoin is allowed to be held as a strategic reserve in El Salvador. All the altcoins, like fiat money, are backed by violence and scams. Bitcoin is backed by peace. And shout out to this man. He just turned 65 years old yesterday, and he is a legend in the space. He started talking about Bitcoin back when it was for $4.25 a pop. So all credit due to him and Stacey Herbert, the Kaiser Report, for paving the way and leading Bitcoin adoption and innovation in Bitcoin country, El Salvador. He also recently wrote, quoting someone here, the American Hodl, if this stockpile isn't Bitcoin, only we need to come out strong against it and make it toxic to going forward politically. And Max also wrote here, the 3-year battle to keep El Salvador shitcoin free has been insane. Bukele gave us leadway we needed to protect the country from the shitcoins. This has required 24/7 effort that has been entirely self-funded. The result speak for themselves. Our friend, President Bukele, is the most popular leader in the world by far. Shitcoins would have greatly diminished this. He ain't telling no lies. So there you have it. Crypto fam. And I will be pulling up some of the live charts here. Just give me a second to pull up the scene on your screen. You should be able to see here in a moment. This is TradingView via Coinbase. This is the 1-hour chart. We do have a rising wedge formation looking bullish. We do have a target sitting all the way just shy of 118,117,722 to be exact. And this is very bullish for the 1-hour chart. And zooming out from the 1 hour, take a quick look at the 4-hour. 4-hour chart says it's going up forever, Laura. We have that orange target, Bitcoin orange that is, 130 G's in play. Take me down to the Bitcoin city where the energy's clean and the biddies are pretty. Why don't you please stack them sats? How do you like that for a remix? And zooming out from the 4-hour, well, check out the 1 day. And the 1 day chart also shows the rising wedge. Very bullish momentum. We have been creeping and creeping. We're not too far from price discovery right now. We're less than 4,000 away. Current top is 108.3. Or, yeah, around there. Or was it 109.3? And now I'm forgetting. I think it was 109.3. So the current all-time high price discovery is around 109. And zooming out from the daily, take a quick look at the weekly chart. We still have the sexy cup and handle target looking bullish as all ever. Looking like a young Salma Hayek. Look at that. 124,000 cup and handle target in play. That's right. And zooming out from the weekly, take a quick look at the monthly. As you can see on your screen, we're forming a nice green bullish candle for January. Got 1 week left to go before February. And it is the, shout out to all the Aquariuses. I just discovered Max is an Aquarius. Paris Hilton, who he orange pilled, is an Aquarian. And so is your boy right here. So there you go, the trifecta. But anyways, November, we had the strongest bullish green monthly candle close. We had a corrective in December, but we're forming green here already in January. Q4, where do you feel the biddy price action likely takes us next? Holla at your boy, and I'm going to read the comments. This is an interesting headline regarding MicroStrategy allegedly having to pay taxes on $19 billion on unrealized gains. What is this all about? Well, let's break this one down. Despite never selling any Bitcoin, MicroStrategy may have to pay taxes on its unrealized gains. Saylor's MicroStrategy, the largest corporate Bitcoin holder, may have to pay federal income taxes on the unrealized gains, according to the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. The act established a corporate alternative minimum tax, which under MicroStrategy would qualify for a 15% tax rate based on the adjusted version of the company's earnings, according to the January 24th report in the Wall Street Journal. Still, the IRS may create an exemption for Bitcoin under President Trump's more friendly administration. MicroStrategy's holdings surpassed 450,000 Bitcoin. They were the first publicly traded company to put the BITI on the balance sheet, and it's now worth more than $48 billion after the company bought 243 million Bitcoin more recently on January 13th, right before the Trump inauguration. Here's the MicroStrategy Bitcoin portfolio. As you can see, the tracker. According to MicroStrategy's portfolio tracker, the company's Bitcoin holdings have an unrealized gain of just above $19.3 billion. The report comes 6 months after MicroStrategy agreed on June 3rd of 2024 to pay $40 million to settle a tax fraud lawsuit that has accused it and Saylor of tax evasion. They're trying to make him seem like he's the new Al Capone. The Attorney General of the District of Columbia sued Saylor and MicroStrategy in August of 2022, alleging the executive had paid no income taxes in the district for the last 10 years while he lived there. Now, MicroStrategy and crypto exchange Coinbase have pushed back against the corporate alternative minimum tax regulation. Good for them. The two firms have requested that the U.S. Treasury and the IRS adjust the rule to exclude unrealized crypto gains. Right? If you got to pay taxes on unrealized gains, do you get tax breaks and credits for the unrealized losses? Asking for a friend. So from the adjusted financial statements income to avoid the serious unintended consequences to the U.S. corporations holding substantial cryptocurrency, the two firms wrote a letter to the lawmakers. This was on January 3rd, quoting the letter here. The unforeseen combination of the CAMT and the newly promulgated accounting standard are creating unjust, unintended tax consequences. CAMT imposes a 15% minimum tax on the AFSI of any corporation whose AFSI averages at least $1 billion in the prior 3-year period. And because the standard affects the corporation's AFSI, corporations that own enough appreciated crypto to be subject to the CAMT must now pay tax on unrealized gains in the value of that cryptocurrency, according to the letter. Crypto tax laws gained increased investor interest in June of 2024 after the IRS issued a new crypto regulation, which will make U.S. crypto transactions subject to third-party tax reporting requirements. For the first time, starting in 2025, centralized crypto exchanges and other brokers will start reporting the sales and exchanges of digital assets, including cryptos. And according to the IRS, the decision aims to help investors file accurate tax returns with respect to digital asset transactions and to address potential non-compliance in digital currency. This decision can push crypto investors to decentralized platforms in a paradoxical situation that could take tax revenue harder to track, according to Andy Leon, author of the Intergovernmental Blockchain, and showcasing the crypto industry backlash. The Blockchain Association filed a lawsuit against the IRS. Good for them. In December of 2024, arguing the rules are unconstitutional. I heard taxes in general are unconstitutional. What are your thoughts on that, broskies? Because they include decentralized exchanges under the broker term, extending data collection requirements to them. So I bet you Saylor's not so happy on this news. I mean, this face says it all. I mean, that's quite a lump sum of money if he has to pay 15% taxes on an alleged $19 billion of unrealized gains. And I repeat, unrealized gains. Now, quoting Michael Saylor from a more recent interview, soon every billionaire will buy $1 billion of the BITI, and the supply shock will be so great, we will stop measuring Bitcoin in terms of fiat. And if you don't know, now you know. There's the latest from the Giga Chad himself. Headline here reads, Semler Scientific to raise $75 million to fund Bitcoin buys as the paper gains near $30 million. That's right. Healthcare tech and software firm Semler Scientific is planning to raise $75 million more to buy the BITI after it reported a $29 million paper gain from the current holdings. Semler said January 23rd on their press release it would raise the millions through a private offering of convertible notes. Sound familiar? It sounds like the Saylor put from MicroStrategy. So you already know. Set to mature in 2030 with some proceeds going towards corporate activities, including buying more Bitcoin. In fact, Michael Saylor tweeted, I saw in the last 24 hours, something like, borrow billions, buy Bitcoin. That was the entire tweet. Borrow billions, buy Bitcoin. So if you have good credit and you can borrow billions because you're a Giga Chad, do it and buy some Bitty is what he's trying to say. The company also, January 23rd, released the fourth quarter 2024 earnings results, showing the Bitcoin holdings have hit an unrealized gain of $28.9 million. The firm bought 237 Bitcoin January 13th, bringing its total to 2,321 BTC, and its current crypto Bitcoin trading just above 105. That makes them worth 100 or 241 as far as their Bitcoin holdings. So shout out to them. Semler first bought Bitcoin back in May, following the trend of other publicly listed firms that bought the crypto hoping to see gains. Semler shares jumped 30% after it announced its initial buy of 581 BTC May 28th. We are excited to continue executing on our Bitcoin treasury strategy, Semler CEO shared in a statement. Also, last November, he said Semler Scientific remains laser focused on acquiring and holding the Bitty. Bitcoin has since seen several new all-time highs, clocking a peak of 109.3 ahead of the Trump inauguration. That was the same morning on January 20th. So that's current price discovery, fam. We're roughly 4,000 away. The rest of Semler's preliminary financial results for the fourth quarter estimate revenue of between 12.1 million and 12.5 million, with operating income ranging from 3.4 to 3.7 million. Shares of Semler closed 1.5% down January 23rd and continue to fall over 12% in the after hours, trading at $53.75. Meanwhile, other companies, including drug maker Hoth Therapeutics, artificial intelligence developer Genius Group, and YouTube alternative Rumble, have also bought the Bitty, a treasury strategy popularized by the Giga Chad and MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy now holds 461,000 Bitcoin, worth $48 billion after its latest buy, according to the Saylor Traffic. That's more than any other publicly traded company. BlackRock is an institution, probably the wealthiest in the world. They have more than Michael Saylor's company, and they just started stacking Bitcoin January 11th of last year. So let that one sink in. Semler's Bitcoin treasury ranks 13th in size amongst public companies. And again, first publicly traded company. First mover's advantage, Michael Saylor, and theirs is leading with close to 500,000 of the Bitty on the balance sheet. So there you have it. Let's discuss Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht thanking Trump for the full pardon. Here's the latest. Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht, who has been serving a double life sentence plus 40 years without parole, publicly thanked U.S. President Donald Trump after receiving the full pardon. So respect to the Trumpster. This marked the first time Ulbricht had spoken publicly since being released from the maximum security prison in Arizona, which he was held there more than 11 years, close to 12 years. Quoting him here from the video, and let me know if you guys watched it. Last night, Donald Trump granted me a full pardon. I was doing life without parole, and I was locked up for more than 11 years. But he let me out. I'm a free man now. So let it be known that Trump is a man of his word. Very powerful words. So let me know if you saw that video. Ulbricht expressed gratitude, calling the pardon an amazing blessing indeed, quoting him here. Thank you so much, President Trump, for giving me this amazing blessing. I am so grateful to have my life back, to have my future back, and to have this second chance. This is such an important moment for me and for my whole family. And thanks to Trump's pardon, Ross got to hug his wife, mom, dad, and sister outside of the walls of prison. The past 36 hours have been a complete whirlwind, and we keep pinching ourselves to make sure we're not dreaming. And there's one of the photos, him with his first hugs to his family members. God bless him. Now, life after prison. Ulbricht is now 40. So I guess he got locked up then when he was around 29. Convicted in 2015 for his role in creating and operating Silk Road, a darknet marketplace that facilitated the anonymous trade of illicit goods using Bitcoin. That's like saying, yo, Janet Yellen and J-Pal need to be locked away because people are using the dollars they print for illicit activity. lock them up for 2.5 lifetimes. You know, it's so illogical. Since the pardon, supporters have rallied to help him transition into life outside of prison. A wallet linked to the Free Ross campaign received over 270,000 in Bitcoin donations. Amongst contributors is the crypto exchange Kraken, which donated, I love this number, $111,111 worth of Bitcoin. Other donations included 2,400 in Ether, 900 in Solana, 200 in Cardano, and the smaller amounts in BNB and Doge. Quoting them here, "It feels amazing to be free, to say the least," said Albrecht, adding that he plans to spend time with his family and heal from his years of incarceration. That's a lifetime of healing, family. "This is a victory for everybody everywhere who loves freedom and who cares about second chances." Well said. And while supporters have donated generously, Albrecht may have already millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Check this. Connor Grogan, director of Coinbase, revealed 430 BTC worth roughly 47 million remain untouched. 4 plus 7 is an 11, baby. In wallets likely linked to Albrecht, these wallets dormant for more than 13 years were not confiscated by the authorities. Quoting him here, "I found 430 Bitcoin across dozens of wallets associated with Ross and that were not confiscated by the U.S. government and have been untouched for 13 years. Meanwhile, Arkham Intelligence corroborated the findings, identifying 14 Bitcoin addresses linked to Silk Road, including one wallet containing over $9 million of Bitcoin." I pray that he does have access to that Bitcoin, and he deserves it. So God bless him. But there you have it, crypto fam. Let me know your thoughts on Ross. Are you happy? He's a free man, and thank each and every one of you who have been supporting him, behind the scenes with tweets or reposting my tweets. You know what I mean? Because it was the right thing to do. So kudos to Trump for sticking to his word and making him a free man. He doesn't deserve to belong in prison. And he should have the U.S. government should be giving him an insane amount of money for what they took away from him, in my opinion. Is that called reparations? He should be given like $30 million for taking 11 years of his life, for Christ's sake. But that's my thinking. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to read your comments out loud. We have 1,700 people on the live stream. Next headline is SAB 121 rescinded, what it means for crypto, custody, and regulation in 2025. So here's the breakdown for those that don't know. The Staff Accounting Bulletin, in short, SAB 121 rule, was introduced by the SEC back in March of 2022 as part of its efforts to regulate crypto custody. It required financial institutions to list any crypto assets they held on behalf of customers as liabilities on their balance sheets. In essence, it handled these digital assets like conventional custodial assets such as cash or securities. The crypto sector at the time opposed the rule for being burdensome, unduly complicated, and not aligning with the unique nature of the crypto assets. Many in the sector said it would limit the market's growth and make it more difficult for institutions to provide crypto custody services. For instance, the Government Accountability Office, GAO, initially called for the congressional review of SAB 121, which led the House and Senate vote to rescind it. However, then President Biden vetoed the repeal, and following Trump's formal inauguration as the 47th president of the United States, the SEC announced the cancellation of this controversial rule on Jan 23rd and introduced SAB 122, effectively rescinding SAB 121. Now, did you know the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 gave the SEC the authority to regulate exchanges and the financial market, helping shape the legal landscape for custodians as well as asset managers. Now, the SEC's decision to rescind SAB 121 came after ongoing criticism from industry stakeholders. U.S. Representative Wiley Nickel noted that the rule may hurt American banks' ability to custody the ETPs, exchange-traded products, at scale, which could have led to more power in the hands of the non-bank entities. Meanwhile, SEC Commissioner Crypto Mom Hester Pierce, who now leads the agency's crypto task force, took to social media to express her relief, saying, "Bye-bye, SAB 121. It has not been fun." This sentiment echoed the frustrations of many of the financial services and the crypto sector. Several figures of the industry celebrated the rule's rescindment, including House Financial Services Committee Chair French Hill, who tweeted that he was pleased to see the misguided SAB 121 rule has been rescinded. Definitely a great look here. Now, key changes under SAB 122, liability assessment. Companies must access whether safeguarding crypto assets create creates a liability and measure it using established accounting standards such as Financial Accounting Standards Board Accounting Standards, Confidential Subtopic, blah, 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 or International Accounting Standard 37 IS 37 provisions, contingent liabilities, and contingent assets. That's a mouthful. Also, retrospective application. The changes apply retrospectively for annual periods starting after December 15, 2024, with an option for early adoption in the SEC filings. Also, enhanced disclosures. Companies must continue providing detailed disclosures about safeguarding the obligations, ensuring investors understanding associated risks, as well as obligations. So yeah, let's understand SAB 121 versus SAB 122 using an example. Imagine a company that safeguarded 1 million in crypto for customers. The entire 1 million was recorded as a liability on the balance sheet under SAB 121, inflating financial obligations. And under SAB 122, only the estimated risk of loss, such as 20,000, which is 2% of the total, is actually recorded, aligning with standard accounting practices. In the above example, 2% loss figure is hypothetical. SAB 122 requires institutions to calculate the actual risk of loss using their own data and risk assessments rather than assigning an arbitrary percentage. Now, what does the rescinding of SAB 121 mean for the crypto custody and regulation? Here's where it matters. The repeal of SAB 121 simplifies crypto custody, encouraging banks adoption and boosting trust in traditional finance. It ultimately gives the banks the go-ahead to actually custody the Bitcoin as pristine collateral, which is precisely what it will do, which will lead to the Bitcoin-backed loans family. Let's find out what it means. Simplified custody operations, streamlining custody processes for organizations that custody the crypto on behalf of their clients is one of the immediate advantages. Businesses will probably find it simpler to manage these assets within their existing systems if they're not required to classify crypto as liabilities. Also, increased trust in crypto custody. The general public may trust traditional financial firms that provide crypto custody as they abandon cumbersome and unnecessary regulations. This might represent a turning point in closing the divide between conventional finance and the crypto space, and encouragement for banks to enter the crypto market. The rescinding of SAB 121 removes the major barrier for traditional banks looking to offer crypto custody services. By eliminating the requirement to treat crypto as a liability, banks may be more inclined to enter the crypto space. Knowing they won't face overly complex accounting requirements, this could lead to greater institutional involvement in the crypto market. So there you have it. Yo, let me know your thoughts on the SAB 121 being rescinded and banks having the go-ahead to now custody the Bitcoin as pristine collateral as they should have been doing for a very long time now. Now for our featured story of the day. Trump's executive order, a game changer for the institutional crypto adoption. Also, Trump signed the executive order to evaluate the strategic Bitcoin and crypto reserve to ban central bank digital currencies, which we know is CBDCs, as well as boost the stablecoins. Let's break all this down. You should be able to see on your screen. Let's start right here with the CBDC ban. Trump's executive order banning the creation of CBDCs in the U.S. could mark a significant shift in institutional crypto adoption, according to industry executives. The executive order was signed Jan 23rd, which was yesterday, prohibiting the establishment, issuance, circulation, or use of CBDCs, citing concerns over their potential to threaten financial system stability, including privacy and national sovereignty. This is very powerful. I love to see that he signed this. The executive order's CBDC ban is a game changer for the crypto industry in the U.S., according to Andy Leon, author of the Intergovernmental Blockchain Advisor. Likewise, the new crypto task force signals a clearer, more structured crypto regulatory landscape. Do you hear that, Gensler? Thank God you've resigned. You're no longer in power. The war on crypto is over. Tell your bosses and your handlers there's a new chairman in town and you're looking at him. His name is the Nippinator. But anyways, quoting them here, this isn't just about setting rules. It's about setting the stage for crypto to play a bigger, more legitimate role in the economy. This clarity could lure in the big investors who have been sitting on the sidelines, the mega whales, the billionaires, waiting for something like this to make their next move. Checkmate. We already won. The executive order could also catalyze crypto payment adoption amongst larger financial institutions in the U.S., according to economist Alex Kruger, who said institutions will start using blockchain for payments and tokenization. And while the CBDCs have been lauded for their potential to increase financial inclusion, critics have raised concerns about their surveillance capabilities and potential for government overreach. Yeah, it's a guarantee. I mean, what can go wrong when central bankers have programmable money? Everything. In July of 2023, Brazil's central bank published the source code for its CBDC pilot. Boo! And it took 4 days for the people to notice the surveillance and control mechanisms embedded within the code, allowing the central bank to freeze or reduce user funds within your CBDC wallets. Imagine putting a tweet out that goes against the status quo, and then they're like, oh, we just froze all your CBDC money. That's precisely what they would be able to do and precisely what they will do. We'll have social credit, the whole nine. Just imagine what's going on in China, even worse if we get CBDCs. And as of May of 2024, 140 countries were working on CBDC pilots, with China's digital yuan being one of the most advanced. Boo. Now, the executive orders ban CBDCs. This is a curveball for crypto and the wider financial industry that signals a bet on the crypto industry. This move tells you where Trump stands. He's betting on the existing crypto market rather than creating government-backed digital dollars. It is a vote of confidence in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others, potentially giving them a boost in legitimacy and the market value. And another trustworthy development, the executive order will exclude the U.S. Fed and FDIC from crypto working groups. Good. This may put an end to the previous crypto industry to banking efforts. Good. Trump's crypto executive order excludes the Fed and FDIC from the Digital Asset Working Group. Both tried to kill the industry through debanking and especially targeted my company, Custodia Bank. Both belong on the outside. Nature is healing. You tell them, Caitlin Long. And she ain't telling no lies. During the Biden admin, multiple crypto firms were denied access to banking services in what some insiders described as an orchestrated effort dubbed Operation Choke Point 2.0, a.k.a. the war on crypto is finally over. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? And let's dive into this as well. Trump signed the executive order to evaluate the creation. So we didn't get the strategic reserve bill passed because it has to pass these other parties first before Trump even has the opportunity. But something he did do was take a step forward with an executive order to evaluate, keyword, evaluate the creation of the strategic national Bitcoin and crypto stockpile. And this has created a lot of controversy. People are saying XRP should not be included. You know, that's the technology for the CBDCs. So if Trump is truly anti-CBDC, why would he allow cryptos such as XRP to be stockpiled by the United States, knowing their intent is to create the CBDCs? Do you understand? So anyways, the order entitled Strengthening American Leadership in Digital Financial Technology states the administration supports the reasonable growth and use of digital assets and blockchain tech. The order revokes President Biden's previous digital asset directives, creates a new working group that will coordinate and propose a unified regulatory approach to digital assets within 180 days. That's virtually 6 months, fam. Quoting them here. The working group shall evaluate the potential creation and maintenance of a national digital asset stockpile and propose criteria for establishing such a stockpile, potentially derived from cryptos lawfully seized by the Fed through its law enforcement efforts. No more selling the biddy. The executive order also demands all federal agencies to halt any actions related to the development of the government-backed digital version of the dollar, CBDCs, while analyzing how the U.S. can promote the development and growth of lawful and legitimate dollar-pegged stablecoins created in the private sector. Meanwhile, the Treasury Department, the Department of Justice, the DOJ, Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, and other relevant agencies have 30 days to identify and submit all regulations, guidance, documents, orders, or other items that affect the digital asset sector. U.S. banks are also instructed to provide fair and open access to banking services for all law-abiding individual citizens and private sector entities alike, amid accusations that legitimate crypto companies were denied banking services under the previous administration with the war on crypto with the Biden administration. Goodbye, Kamala. Goodbye, Biden. Goodbye, Hunter. And goodbye, all of you criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. So as I tweeted here, CBDCs banned in the USA. We got to do a remix like Born in the USA. CBDCs or CBDCs banned in the USA. $2.2 million in play. You feel me? And shout out Shandy 10 Music. She made this post yesterday alongside the music video. We'll play the music video shortly. Puerto Rico Bitcoin Party Anthem is here. This song was created to celebrate Crypto News' 100K Bitcoin Fiesta in Puerto Rico. Tickets are going fast. Details below. And to my CNA family at the Bitcoin Cafe, you are the most loyal, compassionate, inspiring people I have ever known. Over the past 9 months, we have built something truly special, a connection that goes beyond Bitcoin. From checking in on each other during tough times to sharing laughs and celebrating milestones, you have shown me that kindness, compassion, and loyalty are Bitcoiner traits. It seems proven. You have had my back in ways I will never forget, and I can't wait to meet y'all in Puerto Rico to celebrate together. Pretty little bitty going up. And if you're interested in copping your tickets, there's only a few left. It's 100K. .cryptonewsalerts.net or 100kbitcoin.eventbrite.com, or you can just go to Eventbrite, which is where we're selling tickets. Type in 100K or Bitcoin. I'm sure it'll come up as it's a featured event, as tickets are going very, very fast. And I'll just touch upon some of the things you can expect at the party. You should still be able to see the screen, hopefully. Let me know if you can. But anyways, these are some of the AI images Chandy put together, which just represent this celebration, this fiesta, where we're all coming together in Puerto Rico in 15 more days. Here's an actual photo for the VIP day of the island, Caicos Island, which we will be visiting on a snorkeling tour on the boat. And it's actually, the name of the boat is Kraken. You can't make this ish up. But it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a live DJ. We're going to have a photographer there taking great photos. It's going to be an awesome time to celebrate and network with fellow Bitcoiners. Yeah, I mean, it's going down February 8th between 8 p.m. and midnight. It's at the Sandbox and Condado Ocean Club, which is off of Ashford. It's great, great venue. Frequently asked questions. This will get all your questions answered. I do have recommended hotels from 3 stars to 5 stars, anything from $200 a night up to $900 a night. We're actually holding the event at the Condado Ocean Club. It's a 4-star property. If you want to stay there, it's $571 a night. If you're trying to save money to stack more sats, I get it. You guys could room with a fellow CNA member and split the cost, instead of $212 a night. Drop it down to $100, whatever it takes. Just get to the party. Where would you fly into? San Juan International is the only international airport. How far is the event from the airport? 15-minute Uber drive, very easy. VIP ticket. We'll touch upon that a little deeper here in a second. General admission is going to get you entry into the fiesta for networking and also includes food and drinks. Is Condado, Puerto Rico safe for tourists this year? Yes, it is the safest and nicest upscale neighborhood in all of San Juan, hence why my daughter goes to school off of Ashford. Can I bring my kids to the party? No, unfortunately. There's going to be drinking, so it's for adults only. However, you can bring your kids to Puerto Rico and, have them entertained, maybe get a babysitter or bring a loved one or something like that. Can I bring my spouse to the party? I recommend it. Is passport required to fly here from the USA? No. Puerto Rico is the Commonwealth and territory of the USA, so therefore no passport is required if you're traveling from the mainland. How many days should you stay? Completely up to you. Will the event be streamed online? Nope. What happens here stays here in Puerto Rico. What's the weather like? Amazing, beautiful weather year-round, especially in February. It's in the 80s, mid-80s is what you can expect. Can I pay with Bitcoin? Yes, absolutely. Can I pay with the Bitcoin Lightning Network? Yes, absolutely. Now let's get a little deeper into the tickets. When you click Get Tickets, you're going to notice only a few are left, family. Currently, 4 general admission tickets left. They're only $197 each. There's a $15 fee. That's like merchant processing. Eventbrite collects the money, FYI, not I. And that's just how it works. If you want to avoid that fee, you can pay with Bitcoin and circumvent the middleman and show him who's boss. I know Bring Facts did it. But anyways, that's a general admission ticket. There's only 4 left. VIP, there's only 4 left as well. There's only so many people I can bring on the boat. And here's ultimately what the excursion includes. VIP day, island snorkel boat tour, all inclusive. Caicos Island, it lies a half hour from Fajardo. Enjoy the golden sands, rich coral reef on the snorkeling tour. It's going to be very scenic, family. All equipment is provided, clip-on flotation devices, plus guides will help identify tropical species and help us find good spots for epic photos. And after snorkeling, enjoy a deli-style buffet lunch and open bar with soft drinks, water, and Puerto Rican rum. Snorkel the rich reef of Caicos Islands and see the key nature reserve. Stay fueled with the deli-style buffet and all you can drink Puerto Rican rum. Guides help find the best spots. So and full snorkeling gear is provided. The marina is approximately 60 minutes away from Condado. I will provide a transportation from Condado to Fajardo, just FYI, and transportation back. So I got it all under cover. We're going to leave roughly 12 p.m. if you're riding with us, and that's for the VIPs. This excursion is only for VIP day, so there's ultimately two options. You have general admission just for the party, $197, or VIP day is $597, and it's all inclusive. And tickets are going fast, as you can see here. Again, there's only 4 of each left, so take advantage of it if you're looking forward to going there. Looking forward to seeing you. It's going to be fun. 100K Bitcoin Fiesta. Let's freaking go.